Culture evolves at the speed of light, just like your financial needs. When it comes to your money, Credit Karma keeps you in the know and ahead of the game. You can count on Credit Karma to keep up with your financial needs as they evolve. We'll help you monitor your progress and give personalized recommendations so you can make strides towards your goals and find your way to money. Make sure you're on the right track, no matter where you are on your financial journey. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. This week, we're actually going to try to do this together.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Jax is here. I'm here. We'll see how this goes.
Okay. So, well, I guess let's just get the elephant out of the room. Is that what it is?
Let's address the elephant in the room.
Address the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, the season finale of The Valley was this week. It was a very, very hard and emotional episode for me personally to watch. I definitely cried my eyes out at the end when they showed like the montage of all of our happy times, like our engagement, our wedding, and everything. But of course, picking up the cameras 6 months later and showing, our separation, I felt like it had to be done. And even though it's heartbreaking to see, I felt like it was necessary because it's been all over the news and everything anyway. So
yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was very real. It still is very real.
I'm looking back on it. They show so much negativity on these shows. They don't show a lot of the positive stuff that we do.
They did a whole montage of our happy times together.
I know, and I wish they would show more because there is a lot of positive things I do on there. And for the most part, I thought the season was pretty good. I thought it was pretty real. But I mean, what did you think? Other than that, I mean, did you think it was good with everybody? Did you like it?
I mean, I think that we put out an amazing season. Obviously, it's been a lot of ups and downs for me. But I think a lot of people can relate to what I went through, and I'm very proud of myself for getting stronger and stronger as the season went on. I know this is difficult to talk about with Jax because, it went between us, but I feel like I was able to stand up for myself for once and get a lot stronger than I have been in the past. And, for me, that made me feel really good.
And I kind of just realized that I need to work on myself a little bit. Obviously watching back, and it was kind of upsetting and watching yourself. And
do you think you've learned things from watching yourself this season? Yeah,
I was really, really embarrassed. Can't lie, I was pretty embarrassed about the way I spoke to you. I think, looking back, and I think, there's times where I just got really comfortable in our relationship too. And I think I kind of took a lot of things for granted. I think I'm definitely not playing the victim for anything like that. I'm not. I'm dealing with a lot of things personally, and I talked about it on the show. It just didn't get aired, but
I think it's on there some.
No,
I think that the guys actually got to address mental health, and which June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, so make sure you're checking on the guys as well, everybody. But I think that was a big part. Like, you guys got to talk about the stuff you were going through whenever we were in Big Bear, and I think a lot of people
the big thing
got
for
to
me,
see a different side.
The big thing for me is it didn't air is what I was talking about is we live a pretty crazy life with filming and just the way we live. And there's always a lot of ups and downs in life. And I'm the type of person that if something negative happens, I compartmentalize it. I bury it down deep and I'll deal with it later just because there's so much going on and we kind of move on to the next thing. I don't really unpack my issues, my problems.
See, I think that's different between me and you. I think I actually do that. I think I'm the one who buries things deep down. You are a lot more, I don't want to say aggressive, even though you're aggressive, but you're a lot more out there and open about when something is upsetting you. I think I bury things deep down. And it's hard for me to talk about my real emotions.
I bury it down deep until something triggers me. So there'll be the pot will overflow, and it'll, unfortunately, we spend a lot of time together that you are unfortunately the one that has to hear this. And it's not, like I said, it's not just you, it's my friends, it's my family. I unload on everybody, and it just so happens to be when something triggers me, so everything will just unleash. I
think I even said it, sometimes I feel like I was being your punching bag.
You were
because I'm the closest to you. Not that you physically hit me, obviously, but that it was just I was there and I was taking all the hits, and that's something that you can't do to the people that you love.
No, you can't. And it's just, I didn't really know who to talk to about this. And I know everyone's saying, well, why don't you get help? I've tried the help thing before. I've been burned by this many times.
But you're still open to doing it.
I'm opening to do it. It's just starting fresh and getting to know somebody and opening up your life to somebody takes a lot of time. And I just feel like I'm a random person who is just asking the basic stock questions that therapy asks you. Like, I just have a hard time. Like, what am I going to get out of this? Like, what am I going to get out of a random person?
I think that you just need to go and try it. I mean, one thing I want to make clear
I am on my medication.
is like, I'm always going to be there for you no matter what happens with our relationship. I'm always going to want to help you through these things. I'm always going to be there for you. You know, I go through a lot of mental health things myself. Like, I think it's very obvious that I was going through a lot all season as well. And, you know, you just got to be there for people. And even if me and you don't get back together, even if we go through our divorce or whatever, I'm always going to be there for you because you're family at the end of the day.
Right.
And I just want that same, you know, in return.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's hard. We're going through a weird situation right now because we are still very much separated. I do still live in Airbnb. I will stay at the house sometimes.
But you are staying here. There'll be times where you're staying at the house.
I'll stay at the house. Yeah, I could like because, you know, Cruz is here and we'll be playing together. We still like to do family things together. I know it seems very weird.
But
then there's other days where we fight really bad and we can't even see each other. So it's very weird and up and down. And I know that people that are going through separations probably know exactly what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, like, we are just trying to make Cruz feel as normal as possible.
Right.
So sometimes I'll stay at the house or we'll have a pool day with him or we'll go out to eat with him or we'll do like events together, holidays together. But it's because we're trying to keep things as normal as possible. And because Cruz is just obviously the most important thing to both of us.
And it's not weird. Don't look at it. Because this is what we want. This is our marriage. This is our decisions. This is what's working for us. I know people are looking at me like, why do you guys still hang it together if you're separated? This is what we want. And I know people are asking that to me all the time. Like, well, if you're separated, why do you keep seeing each other? Because this is what's working for us. And we're trying to exhaust everything else before we decide to call it quits. We're trying to live separately. We're trying to possibly, you know, date other people. We're trying to, you know, we're just trying to figure out what works for us. What works for us may not work for you. It may, but this is what we decided to do. And right now, this is what's, I guess, would you say this is working for us?
Well, I mean, you did finally go to a doctor.
Yeah.
He didn't on the show, and I knew he wasn't going to. I called you out, and I was right. I just want people to be aware that I've been trying to help Jax for a long time, and you know that, right?
I know, and he just
didn't want to take anybody else's advice, but he finally recently has.
You know,
so we'll see if that changes anything. You know,
it's kind of like you know the oil lights on your car, and you just don't want to fix it. Like, you know, you got to go in. You know there's something wrong, but you just don't want to hear them say you got something wrong. It's like any man who doesn't want to go to a physical. He's petrified. He's scared. He doesn't want to be told what he already knows. And it's a very scary thing to go in. And like, this is what happened to me. And I'm going to tell you guys, I went to the doctors and I broke down. I met a doctor at my bar and she's absolutely amazing. And I went in there and I literally just broke down. I'm like, this is what's wrong with me. And this is what I'm doing. And this is who I'm attacking. And I have serious anger issues. And I have a child and I don't want him to see me act like that. And it's really, really hard for me because I know I'm just trying to just like a typical guy. I'm just trying to work through this without any kind of help. But you know what?
You need it.
I threw in the towel. I threw in the towel and I said, here, I can't do it anymore. Like it's not even just with Brittany. It's taken over my life. It's taken over my life to where I can't even breathe anymore. I have full on panic attacks.
And my thing is I don't want Cruz growing up seeing that and like taking those traits from you. You know, like I want him to be like calm. I don't want him to like freak out over the smallest little things, you know.
Yeah.
Because he's growing up in a crazy world too. Like he's on camera already and he was only 2 years old. So, you know, his world is going to be different. So we just got to make it, you know, I'm just trying my hardest to do everything I can for that sweet, sweet baby.
And let's make it very clear. We do not argue in front of him.
No,
we do not argue in front of him.
No,
he's
that's
never
our
home.
main thing.
It's usually when he's in school or if he's, you know, taking a nap or we go out in the backyard, but we do not argue in front of him. That will never, ever happen.
Again.
I had that happen in my childhood and my sister and I, you know, had to go through that and I will never, ever put my...
I still remember my parents fighting with each other and those events stick out in your mind. I just don't want that for Cruz. And whether we end up back together or not, like that's going to be how it is we're stuck with each other for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
So we're trying to make it as easy as we can right now. I know it's crazy.
No marriage is perfect. And there's a lot of perfect people on the internet that love to give their advice. There's no perfect. I mean, you can close your eyes and throw a rock. You're going to hit somebody who got a divorce or is getting separated. It's tough. Marriage is tough, especially in this days and age. But we're doing the best we can. And I really appreciate the people that are supporting me, but I also understand the people that are calling me all the names. I get it. Like it's tough to watch.
Let's
especially
be real. You deserved it.
I do. And it's tough, but I do watch myself on TV, and I
was
do,
not going to let you get away with anything because I felt like you were not trying to talk. Like whenever I was like, be real, it's because you definitely were not in the mindset to like talk about our separation. It's been really hard for Jax to talk about our separation. I've been a lot opposite about it, but even like on talk shows or different things, Jax has been very like shut off about it.
it's like I don't know. It's just like I want to tuck my tail between my legs, and I just don't want to talk about it. I want to sweep it under the rug like I do. That's the problem. I sweep my problems and my issues under the rug, and then they bury up and then they build up, and then I take it out on everybody else. And that's the issue that I'm having. And
I sweep everything under the rug, but I just like leave it there. I don't explode.
Well, it comes out when like you and I will say, hey, you know, we'll have a petty little argument over like something so
not
silly.
shutting the cabinet doors.
Not shutting the cabinet doors, or just something so petty will set me off on a tangent. Like, and I'll blame Brittany for things that are my fault, such as I just won't. I don't know. It's just hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. But I'm very aware of what I do, and I know that, and I know what you guys saw out there was not good. And I just want to apologize to everybody that is my fans out there that do have my back. I'm a constant work in progress, and you know what? I'm gonna be a work in progress for the rest of my life. I know that. I get that.
So now everybody listening and me is going to hold you accountable for putting in the work that you've been saying that you're going to do.
I am. I need to do it for myself more than anything else.
And I want you to do it for yourself.
And it's one of those things where I don't know if it's the last year, but it's just gotten so bad. And I think I'm unpacking a lot of stuff that I buried down deep for so long. Things that I did to you, I lost my father. Like I never really unpacked a lot of things in my life that are just COVID, losing our job on Vanderpumps. I never really unpacked anything. I just kind of just went with it. And I think it just steamed. I don't know. It just kind of came to a head. And I think I just took it out on everybody. And no matter what you did or no matter what anybody did, I went crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I'm not trying to say I'm perfect by any means, but, I think that we definitely needed this time to figure out what we want.
Yeah. And, we're working through it. We appreciate the support, and we're going to keep doing this. And like I said, we're kind of stuck with each other for the rest of our lives. So
either way.
It's, yeah, well, we'll figure it out. So anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed the episode. Like I said, it was an amazing season. I want to say I think they said they had the best was it the best reality show
in like over 10 years. Yeah, on Bravo.
We are definitely.
So we're so thankful to all the fans. I know it's been a crazy up and down, but I think our show is just so relatable. There's so many people out there that are going through a separation like Jax and I are, who probably feel exactly like I did in this situation where you felt like it was just you were just fighting so much and you had to get away. You had to put some space between you. Like I know so many people can relate to that. So many people can relate to like Nia going through postpartum, Janet being pregnant, dealing with all these like different hormones and stuff, relationships, Kristin talking about her miscarriage. I mean, there's just so much that people can relate to and see. Friendships, relationships,
and I hope
everything.
People understand that like we're putting our lives out there. This is our choice, to do this. And yeah, it sucks, but we do the good and the bad. That's just part of our job.
We have to show the good and the bad no matter what.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of bad.
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely making a good show, but I just hope people can also remember, like, if cameras were following you around, like, you might be going through some of the exact same things that we go through. And I'm glad that like some people can actually like learn from mistakes that we've made, or even just like a minute to escape from their own lives, like I'm grateful for that stuff.
Yeah. It was tough, but like you said, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. And I hope somebody can get something out of this. Jesse and Michelle both have new relationships, and with Aaron and Lacey. Both of them are really, really nice people. I met Aaron at the season finale party.
Yep, and I met Lacey for the first time.
And they're both actually beautiful people.
Yeah,
really,
Aaron
really
is great. Michelle's boyfriend. He is so nice. I've been around him a bunch lately, and he's always just been so, so kind. And I met Lacey for the first time, and I was like, wow, she's really nice.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And she works, and she's got her own charity for mental health.
As long as they're both happier, that's all I care about.
Jesse's a completely different person.
And Michelle is definitely happier. I feel like a lot of people thought Michelle was very cold this season, but you got to remember, guys, she was going through a lot. She was actually at the end of her relationship. Like, you guys saw when me and Jax picked up cameras, but she was already in it for that whole season. Like, they were done the whole season. So whenever she seemed cold or something, it's because she had tried for a long time. Like, they've been trying to work things out. She was trying to get Jesse to do things for her, and it just wasn't happening. And Jesse will admit that as well. Michelle is a sweetheart. I freaking love her so much. And hopefully next season you'll get to see a happier and, the real side of Michelle, because I think you guys are actually going to really love her.
What else happened that finale?
We had the finale party at Jax's. Me, Janet, and Michelle did E-News, which was so fun because it was Janet and Michelle's first time ever getting to go to the studio, and I would just love being able to experience their first time with them. It was so cute, and everybody did such a great job, and I'm just, I've said it a million times, I'm so proud of the cast for how open they've been on their own relationships and stuff as well.
Yeah, it's not
easy all the time.
It's not. I mean, you got to remember, we've been doing this for a decade. We kind of just comes with the territory, especially me. But these are people that are brand new coming to TV and saying, okay, talk about your lives. So
and they did a great job,
and they did an amazing job. And I'm so proud of the cast, and I know they work so hard. I know a lot of people are asking whether Sheena and Lala are coming over here, and it was official. It was said on social media that we are just going to keep the cast the way it is, and I like that because I think our cast works so hard. Nothing against them; they're great.
But
people.
of course, if we have big parties or something, of course we're going to invite everybody.
Right.
Hopefully
But as far as cast goes, I just don't think it's fair.
We'll see. I mean, I know it's going to be a tough one for you and I.
Because I don't even know where we're going to start because we're such in limbo right now, and I don't know.
It's a day-to-day different thing for us. Like I said, we can be fine and be best friends like we're kind of being today, and then tomorrow we might be fighting and not be able to see each other. Like it's very up and down, a crazy time for us. You, Jax, let's switch gears. We're just we'll just say we're very thankful for everybody watching The Valley and making it as successful as it was. I honestly can't believe how well it did, and season 2 is just going to get better and better. And again, just thank you all for all the support, and just know we're all growing and learning and watching ourselves and all the craziness as well. Okay, moving on. Jax, you were just in Canada all weekend.
Yes, I went to Edmonton. I don't think I've done a lot. I've probably done around 300 appearances since I've started reality TV. And that was one of the most intense 2 days of my life. I did 2 clubs in Edmonton. I did one at 2 o'clock, and then I did one at 6 o'clock. Both sold out in hours. It was like, I want to say 400 to 500 girls per event, twice in one day. Then I had
was it just girls? There was no guys.
There was guys. There was a couple. I would say there was probably
I'm sure there
5
were
to 6 guys.
And boyfriends there.
Yeah, that got pulled there. But the cool thing is everybody knows I'm a huge hockey guy, and I was in the pit in Edmonton. It was just so much fun. The people in Edmonton are so amazing. The people in Canada were so amazing to me. Then I took a drive. We drove, which was probably the most sleep I've gotten. Drove to Calgary. Did the same thing again. 2 nightclubs. It was on a Sunday fun day. So we had a day party. Then I took about an hour nap, did it all again. It was just intense. And I can't believe I did it, but I met so many amazing people, and I love Canada so much. I think the Toms are going back in July. And I think I'm coming back too, actually. But I will be back in Canada soon. I'm going to Toronto on the 29th.
Yeah, you've been there a lot lately.
Yeah, Canada loves Vanderpump
Valley.
and Valley, man. They just love it.
Well, thank you, Canada.
Yeah, thank you, Canada. It's been amazing. Vancouver and Toronto are up next. And
I've got a couple appearances coming up too. I'm going to be in Vegas, and then I'm also going to Boston. So I'll let you guys know the dates about that as well. I think me and Kristin are going together.
Oh, that's right. Tom and I are going to be in Vegas Saturday, Mandalay Bay.
So, okay.
So we're just going back to back. We're basically just going appearances come back, and then we start filming. So really, we have no time off.
Yeah. But I am going to go home to Kentucky for a couple weeks before we start filming again to kind of just take Cruz with me so we can spend time with the family and, kind of hard relaunch, I guess, ourselves before we have to start filming again.
It's important for Cruz to go to Kentucky. I like it when he goes there. And I will be going to Michigan because I'm going to hang out with my sister on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
She's got a boat, and we're going to be on the lake, and I'm just really, really excited about that.
We always throw a big 4th of July party at the farm, so I'm sure I'll do that with Cruzy while we're in Kentucky, too. So
this will be
just kind of get a little refresher in before we start filming again.
This will be the first time that we have not been together for the 4th of July. But at the same time, I'm very excited to see my sister.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going through what I'm going through, and my sister's kind of the only family I have left. So she's like, you need to get your butt over here and spend some time with me. So
yeah, I'm glad you're going to. I love your sister. So she's always a good influence on him, and she's always got my back. She knows who her brother is. So
gosh, relax.
Hey, you know me, I'm going to call it as it is. Anywho, I want to say really fast, Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride. We love you guys. Yes. Support, love. Love is love.
So it's Pride
Month.
Month.
Love always wins. I love it.
Pride Month and Mental Health Awareness Month. So
All right, so let's go into some questions from fans really fast. All right, this is from Kimmy B, 1970. Are you going to put Cruz on a swim team when he gets older? He is such a great little swimmer. I don't know if you guys have seen, but I've been posting stories of Cruz swim. He can swim all the way across the pool. He can hold his breath forever. Now he learned how to tread water and come up and like take breaths. I mean, he is incredible in the water. I can't even believe it.
I can't get over it. I watched his videos over and over. Like I was in Canada when Brittany was sending me those swim videos, and I'm just in shock. Now he was in swim class when he was young, and then we kind of stopped it.
We did like the survival like toddler classes where they like throw them in the water with all the clothes on and teach them how to float on their back, and so that if they fell in the pool they were safe. That was super important because we have a pool, and just in general pool safety is so important. So he did all that stuff, but I've really been working with him a lot.
Yeah, he's probably in the pool every day.
Yeah, now. Every single day. And now, like, he doesn't even need anybody in there.
No,
like,
he's amazing.
Obviously, we're watching him like a hawk, but he is just so good at swimming. And I honestly, yes, I think that I will. He loves being in the water, and if it's something that he continues to love, we will definitely put him on a little swim team.
Oh, yeah, he's so good.
I think he'll be so cute, and he just loves it. I think with everything that goes on with him, whenever he gets overwhelmed or anything, like, swimming is just so good for him.
Right.
So, heck yeah, we might have us a little Michael Phelps.
A little bit.
I mean, I was in the water trying to like walk backwards, and he was swimming so fast to me that I couldn't even walk backwards fast enough.
And he opens
because he was catching up to me.
And he opens his eyes underwater.
I know. He won't stop.
Face.
He won't stop opening his eyes. I try to get goggles, but sensory stuff. He doesn't really want to wear the goggles right now. So I'm trying to teach him, like, if he wears the goggles, he'll be okay to go underwater. His eyes won't get red, but we're taking it each day, but he is doing so good. He's a super athletic, muscular little guy.
We just got some dive sticks for him, so he's ready to go down
he's learning how to go to the bottom. He just turned 3, so I don't think I was swimming like that when I was 3. So, yeah, definitely a little swimmer in our future, and I love it.
Hey, side note, I have my bar crawl today.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Actually, I got to leave right after this.
First bar crawl of the ever.
Yeah, so I know I talked about it in the last episode. So today is our first bar crawl. We're starting at 6 o'clock at Sir. Then we're going to be walking over to Tom Tom and then taking the bus to Schwartz and Sandy's. And then we are ending up at Jax's. We got 50 people that are going to be on this bus.
Him and Tom made little gift bags yesterday. I was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you guys. And of course, Tom did it all. I came out there and I was like, I know.
I did it.
Whatever. I know for a fact you did not order bags or make the hats or do any of that.
Right. Tom did it all.
Because I came out there expecting I was going to have to do it all for them, actually. Because let's be real, I'm normally the one who does everything.
Well, Tom is really creative when it comes. He did
a great job.
Yeah, he has.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay. And of course, Tom was like, no, I did it all. Because I was like, I know Jax didn't do any of this.
No, I helped put it together. He did all the ordering.
You help putting things in the bag. Yeah. One of each thing in a bag.
Tom's just very creative when it comes to that.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He knows how to do the designs. He's got a vision of what he likes, and I really love his artwork. He created these amazing bar crawl hats, and everybody's been asking about them.
They're so cute.
I asked Tom, I go, Tom, do you think we should sell these hats?
No,
people will love them.
It's got to be just for the crawl.
Get the hat on the crawl. Yeah. I wish I can give them away because I think we would just crush it because everybody wants one. But if you want one, you got to come on the crawl. And I know people are asking if we're going to do another one. Absolutely. We're just trying to see how this works and how this goes. Pray for us because I don't know how this is going to happen. Like I said, we're going to wrangle 50. It's 48 women and 2 men.
I love it.
We got all their names. They got VIP bracelets. They get complimentary champagne. They get a gift bag.
Hopefully they make you and Tom work.
I know. And then I got my buddy. My buddy's going to be helping out, like wrangling everybody. Yeah. And then we got some trivia on the bus.
You got to make sure you don't leave anybody behind.
You got to make sure you don't leave anybody behind.
You got to pay attention to that
I just hope nobody throws up.
Golly, I'm not going to be there, so we'll see how this goes.
I know. Maybe the next one I can have you be. The next one we plan is going to be in July. For those of you been asking, I got a lot of DMs about it. We're looking for July so far. Not sure, but that's what we're hoping. So I'm
sure we'll keep everybody updated. Yeah. But good luck. We'll
maybe you know what? Maybe we'll
let you guys know how it goes next time. Yeah, it'd be a good thing to film on the valley.
It would be great to break the fourth wall and kind of film it. Yeah, it would be a great idea.
All right, let's go back to another question. This is from Solomon Solis. What was the hardest part about having your life filmed for Vanderpump and the Valley?
Well, I think we kind of went over it in the beginning. It's just putting your life out there, being super vulnerable, talking about things that are just super embarrassing to talk about. And the thing is like, I know I'm taking a lot of heat right now, but
you deserve it.
I do deserve it, but there's people out there that are going through what I'm going. There's women going through relationships like this. There's men going through relationships like this. And yes, I look like a scum right now, but you know what? At least you can see, you know what? This is people on TV going through this too. And I'm just trying to be as vulnerable as I can and as honest as I can. I don't have to put my life out there. I don't have to put any of this out there. I don't have to. I really don't. But I think it's important to do it to show
and
like
be real and honest.
And be real. And maybe there's somebody out there that can help me.
Be real. Be real.
And I think that's why our show is so successful.
Yeah.
We don't sugarcoat anything. What you see is what you get. So I think putting if you guys hear that noise, that's my dog snoring. So
Sissy snores.
I think that's the hardest part is putting your life out there and being as vulnerable as you can. And it's tough as a man. It's really, really, really hard as a man to go out there and be like, I need help. I'm going through this, and I know everyone's like saying, "Oh God, Jax, you've been going out through this for 12 years." Yeah, I have. I have been going through this 12 years.
But now it's time to step up and make changes.
It is, but there's I'm gonna need assistance for the rest of my life. I've come to terms with that, and I'm okay with that.
I think for me, everything he says is obviously very true. Also, it can be hard to deal with like social media trolls. That's been something that I've talked about very openly. The bullying and stuff for anybody just needs to stop. Like, I know we put our lives out there, so we're like, we're welcoming more of the comments and things like that. But when people start talking about like my son or
we're
things
just going to block you. We're just going to block you.
Or like just nasty things. Like you can talk about things on the show, whatever, but don't like go into like
families.
Yeah, family or, people's looks and different things like that. Like, and this goes for everybody. It doesn't have to be somebody that's a celebrity.
Like what do you get out of that? If
you're thinking of bullying somebody or being a troll on social media, just like sit back and think like, if you have a daughter or a sister or, whatever, like how would you feel if somebody was saying these things to your daughter or your sister?
It's always the people that have God first in their bios.
Or like a mom or something.
God,
so like,
they're the worst.
You just got to think like, you wouldn't want somebody saying those things to yourself. So why would you say those to other people? We just got to do better, especially women to women. I just think it's very important that we support each other and really try to make a change on social media. Cause I don't want crews growing up like, they're never going to be able to escape bullies. And that terrifies me. Like going to school all day and then going home and you just never can escape. So we got to make changes now. And I just, that's something I really, really hope that we can work on as a whole, especially the women on women. We got to love each other, lift each other up. I think it's super important. All right. Oh, this is from crafty_and. What is your side of Lala's story about yelling about the babysitter? Okay. I'm just going to say this short and sweet because I didn't know that she was going to talk about it on the reunion, and I was kind of taken back by that because at that point she had already apologized to me. I had already apologized to her. So like we were completely fine. Everything was good. So I was kind of thrown. I was kind of like, why is this being talked about at the reunion? I didn't really understand, and I still don't really understand that part, but I do love Lala. And, my mistake was writing the text message, which was a nice message. I would never be rude or mean to anybody. Let me make that very clear. But my mistake was writing the message on that day. I shouldn't have done that. I apologize immediately for that, whatever. But in my mind, it took us a long time to find somebody that we trusted with Cruz. And he, needs certain people that are constant in his life. Like we literally only have me, Jax, and our nanny here. So for us, with everything he goes through, he's in speech therapy, he's in occupational therapy, he does all these things, and we can't go, she goes with him. So she's also learned how to work with speech delays and, learns everything and actually loves our son and is a big part of our family. So that's why it was important to me. It's not because of any other thing. And if I would have known or been asked or whatever, I would have been like, yes, of course, go for it. Like use her for the day. It wouldn't have, it was just more of the shock value. And me and Jax were already in such a bad place. So I just kind of like wrote a message on a day that I shouldn't have. But we had already apologized to each other and gotten over it since then. So things are fine now, but that's my side. But either way, love her. We're good. I just needed to clear that up because it sounded way worse on the reunion than what it actually was about.
I don't even understand why they had to bring us up in their reunion. It's like Vanderpump just cannot keep my name out of their mouth.
I don't know. I was very shocked that it got brought up, but that was the kind of the story. It just meant a little bit different for me than that, and it's just because basically it's our family now. There's a difference.
Yeah.
And Cruz just needs all the love, and we're just very, very lucky.
I have a difference of opinion, but I'll keep it to myself.
This is from H. Raza09. What are some speech therapy tips? My 2-year-old has a speech delay and would love any help. We have learned so much over the past year. I mean, Cruz is thriving. He is doing so much better. His attention is getting so much better. A lot of things that we've learned through speech therapy, giving a lot of options. There's something called OWL where they're like, what is it? What are the things? Observe, watch,
Learn,
listen.
Yeah.
Observe, watch, listen. So like you always want to, say the words, show them how it's done, show them what it's mean, and then listen to see if they can say anything back. Giving a lot of choices like apple or banana. We're just learning a lot of different things. Going down for eye contact, making sure that he's looking at us before we give him things. You're just going through speech therapy is such a great idea. It's all about early intervention for us. And we've had Cruz in everything we possibly can since he was 2 years old. As soon as we started noticing, that he had a speech delay. So early intervention is super important, but you can learn so much. I stay through all of his classes so that I can learn everything they're doing and like copy it at my house. And our speech therapist, our occupational therapist is absolutely amazing. His teachers at his school, they just care so much for him. Everybody's involved. Everybody talks to each other. And, we're lucky that we have such a good support system here in California for that, especially since our family's not here. But there's so much that we have learned. I mean, I could go on and on, but just stick with it. Repeat everything. Our speech therapist always says something about you want to give them the 10-pound weight instead of the 100-pound weight. So like, you're wanting them to say dog, but maybe you're barking or you're panting or doing something like that he could catch on to first. And it all is like steps to developing his language. So we're just learning a lot as we go. So hopefully that helps. I don't know. This is from Cal Leiji. Kaalliij. What's been the hardest part of the separation? Jax, you go first.
It didn't really hit me at first, to be honest. I think just kind of being alone in my house by myself, that was a big deal. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we've been together for a long time, and then all of a sudden, she's not there. So, kind of reflecting on, how did I get to this point? Where did it go wrong? What did I do to make this happen? Like, what did I do to push away? And, you have a lot of, you get in your head a lot. Like now I have a lot of time to sit around and I get in my head and I start thinking about like, the good times and the bad times. And, how did we get to this point? Like, how do I fix this? Do I want to fix this? You start questioning yourself. You start questioning things. You start,
I think for me, the lonely times can be the hardest times as well because, Jax and I were always together and like literally best friends, did everything together. So I could miss even just like our friendship at some times. And that could be really sad.
Even just sitting on the couch and watching TV, which is our favorite thing to do. It's like, that's, not there to change the channel or not there to, I don't know, just like the little things like getting ready for bed and just, I don't know, there's just a lot of little things that when you're in a relationship that you take for granted that are just gone. And that kind of sucks. And it really, really does. And you got to learn to deal with it. And it's tough, because I put myself in this position and now I got to figure out how to get out of it, whether, we stay together or we don't.
All right. Well, let's end on with one last happy question for you. Just switch up the tune. This is from Gingy Ray. What music do you like?
I listen to a little bit of everything. I got to be honest. I like a little bit of everything. I'm a big 90s music. I think
he likes like the American Pie soundtrack.
If you saw the movie American Pie, like that is probably my kind of music. Tonic and Filter and Third Eye Blind and Sublime and Dave Matthews Band and like Hall & Oates and just I like a little bit of everything. But I also like country music too. Like ever since I started dating Brittany, I got into country music and I really, really like it.
You like Blake Shelton?
Yeah, Blake Shelton. I like a little bit of everything. It really depends. If I'm working out, I'll listen to like Rufus Du Sol. I really like them and like a little bit of everything. And I do karaoke. I like Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's my go-to song. So,
well, and you guys know for me, I'm a mixture of things too. I love like early 90s, 2000s hip hop,
I feel like
R&B,
90s,
rap.
90s was the best generation of music.
Like I love Lil Wayne. I love Nicki Minaj. I love Cardi B, but I also love Miranda Lambert. I love, everybody, Chris Stapleton. There's so many. I could go on and on. I just love everybody. Right now, I'm really big into Jessie Murph. I love her. My Buckle Bunny girl, Tanner Adele. I love her. Like, I just, there's just so many amazing, like, singers and stuff out there. I love Shania Twain. I could go on and on, but definitely country, hip-hop, rap, R&B, early 90s, 2000s. I mean, that's the best music. I love it. I love the dirtier, the better. I'm like, yeah, come on, Ludacris. Come on, Trina. Special guest alert. Special guest alert. My boo Kristin Doute just stopped by. I love you.
I love you.
She came over. We're watching crews swim. And, since we just had the finale episode, I thought it would be fun to add her in just a little rapid fire questions about the whole season of the Valley is over now. It's done. Our first season is done.
It's crazy. And we're about to start filming.
Congrats on season 1.
Congrats to you on season 1.
Love you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, thanks for popping in, because I think as many of us from the Valley we can get on for a finale recap is the best.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Rapid fire. Kristin, tell me your high and low of the season.
Okay, it's like my peak and my pit.
Yes.
High and low. My high, I think, watching it back was seeing you and I'm going to start crying. Seeing you and Danny come over and set up our whole apartment.
Oh yeah.
And Luke having that idea on his own, that was so romantic and so sweet, and just having our friends be a part of it.
That was really sweet.
Really meant a lot to me.
That was
dealing with Jill's barking.
That was really funny too, because me and Danny were we were trying to go so fast, and there was he got, you can hear Cruz in the background, but he got all these long stem roses, and Danny started cutting them. I was like, I don't think we're supposed to cut long stem roses. They're actually more expensive because they're long stem roses. It was a whole thing.
You're like a florist, at your heart. So you were probably I'm sorry, hold on. Oh, I don't want to be controlling. That is not how we do roses.
I was we got to put this here, here, candles here. Only candles that can't be, that are with batteries on the floor.
So that was definitely one of my peaks. And I'll say just real quick, a small other peak was just walking in on the finale to see the bar, to see Jax's Studio City, to see your plant wall, to see how you personally had decorated it.
Oh, thank you.
And the moment where you surprised Jax with Jenny.
Yeah.
I cried like a freaking baby.
Oh, yeah.
So those are my peaks. My pits, my worst, it was just me and my mouth, to be honest. I'm learning, let the mouth slow down, take a beat, take a breath, let the brain catch up, then the mouth gets to happen.
It's crazy how much, because we actually get to learn a lot about ourselves watching ourselves back on a show.
Yeah.
That most people would never get to see the point of view like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
I've watched myself, and I learned things about myself as well.
I watch and I'm sit down, be humble, bitch. Calm down. But I know I always meant well. Which doesn't necessarily resonate with everyone. I meant well, but I am learning, and what I will learn for season 2, even after 12 years of reality TV.
We're learning after season 1.
I'm really going to just take a beat.
Well, that was my next question. Did you learn anything from watching yourself on season 1?
So to take a beat, for sure. That's my number one thing. And also the scene I did with Luke that he was very emotional about, because I shut down. And that is something that I tend to do when I'm upset. I get nervous and I freak out, instead of projecting and screaming like I did at Olive Vanderpump, as you saw in the past. I tend to shut down, but that's not fair to Luke, even though it's on camera or off camera. It's not fair when he wants to talk about something for me to just totally shut down on him. So I've learned both of those things.
You have to talk back. I get that.
Yes.
I definitely get that. What are you most excited to bring for season 2?
Oh my God. Okay. So season 2, I feel like a new woman. I feel like I'm not going to take shit, but I'm going to listen much better.
Love it.
I'm just, and I don't want to ice anyone out.
Right.
I want to hear from everyone.
Good.
I want to shut the fuck up, listen, and then I want them to, whoever it is, to hear me out in times of strife. And let's fucking rock and roll. Bitches.
It's going to be I think season 2 is going to be.
Oh my God. I'm scared and excited. I'm more excited than scared, but I'm both.
Yeah, both. We're going to bring it, is all I know.
Yep.
If you can change only one in particular thing from the season, what would it be?
I think it would be the very first girls' night when I said the R word without context to back that up. It sort of came out of nowhere, and then I had to back it up with all the stuff that I knew, but it really did fuck the night.
It kind of put a dark cloud over things.
A dark cloud over the whole season.
Yeah.
It became very political, very socially gross, which I don't think is a terrible thing to ever talk about, but like people don't watch Bravo for that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I very much made a mistake by not being able to like just like shut my damn mouth. take it up another time.
We all can learn from our mistakes. That was just such a crazy night anyway, with all the drama of Jax trying to bring out. Like there was so much going on, you know.
You guys, I'm sorry, really fast. Like I'm not like Jax. I'm like, I know he sent it. Too bad. Deal with it. I'm saying I truly do know, and I am sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I could take it back.
Right. Exactly.
I can't. So.
But that would be the one thing that you would.
I would take the hell out of that back in season 2. I will find out other ways to say my piece.
All right. Last question, because I think this is so fun and everyone's going to love to hear this. If you had Cruz is just having the time of his life in the back. If you had a reality show during your childhood, what would it be called and what would it be about?
This is the best question ever. And I panicked because I'm like, I'm not that witty or funny, like off the bat. So I immediately text my sister. So I'm going to give you like a tiny little bit of what my sister said.
Yes.
So option 1 is my sister said, call it I Shine. And her response was, because you were like a TikTok kid before social media. You always kind of performed and stopped and smiled for the camera. You would always bring a little sprinkle.
I love it.
Or it could be literally middle sister, because you lived the middle sister life 100%. And then she said, this is my favorite one, is becoming Kristin, because it really was that diverse. Arab single mom, country grandparents, suburban other grandparents, bluegrass festivals and museums, West Virginia to Venice, Florida.
I love it.
And she was like, Papa's girl. Like, she goes, he never really called us by our names, because honestly, I think he would lose track. But much of our childhood was with our Papa and our granny.
Oh, I love it.
So all of those memories made me happy.
Yes.
So let's take all of that, put them in a blender, and that is what my reality show would be called.
Love it. I love it. So, Shining, Papa's girl.
Yeah.
Growing Kristin.
Papa's girl, becoming Kristin.
Becoming Kristin. I love it. And I love you. Thanks for stopping by. We'll do another one, a full episode soon. Mwah. I love you, Kristin.
Love you.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. We'll see you next week. Love y'all.